Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and today I'll be showing you a deck that I picked up, not on Kickstarter this time, but it was on Kickstarter. I picked it up last year. Unfortunately, it's out of print slash hard to find. I'll put the links of what I can find in the description, but you'll kind of get it once I show it to you, and I'm sure by the title of the video, and if you did a little Google search, you'll kind of see why. But in any case, I'll show it to you. It's called the Whimsy Tarot, and this was created by Ashe from kaiyoclubhouse. Yes, I just wanted to make sure that I said it properly. And this was actually on Kickstarter back in 2022, I want to say, around that time. I didn't pick it up then for whatever reason, and I'm just noticing now that my little cloth fits this thing like amazingly well. But I picked it up later on, around the time that Ashe decided to close down her shop. So that's what I mean by it's out of print, but yes, it is. You know what? Yes, it is out of print. But you might still be able to find some. That's what I should have said. So because directly from the creator, you won't be able to buy it anymore. They closed down their storehouse, their web store, and that's where I picked it up before they closed it down. There are some sites that might still carry some stock. They did make a previous tarot deck before this one, which was inspired by Magical Girl, Sailor Moon, all of that. This one is inspired by childhood animated movies. You might see the inspiration there. I to me it kind of felt a bit Ghibli type of thing, but you'll see it when I get into it and we look at the cards. As you can see, it's a small deck. It's square, which is cute. Actually, if I have a card that I can show you guys, yes. So at least you can have an idea of how it compares to a quote unquote standard tarot deck. This is from my Life is Like a Board Game tarot. It's relatively standard, but just from the box, you can see it's about 3/4 the size of it, something like that. So let me open it so I can show you guys the box. As you can see, it's very simple. There's nothing at the back, but it has a very pretty pastel look. The cards also follow that pastel aesthetic. It has cute little stars all over the box, and we also have little cutouts here so that we can easily take the box in and out. But even then, for me, it's already pretty easy to open it. Oh, it's an inside actually. So on the inside, where do we have? We have Welcome to the Whimsy Tarot. Get lost in the magic and nostalgia of this whimsical and square Ghibli-inspired tarot deck. See, that's what I was saying. Put on your favorite music, light some candles, surround yourself with things that represent who you are, and have fun. When you're ready, carefully remove the cards from the box and shuffle them to your heart's content. This is to embed your own energy into the cards before using them for the first time. In this box set, you'll find a full 78 card tarot deck printed on heavy cardstock with gold foil accents and edges. The cards can be used for personal readings for others, or even for display. You will also find a booklet that explains the meaning of each card in the deck, which includes a more fulsome explanation of the major arcana and a brief overview of the minor arcana, how to pull your first past, present, future tarot spread, how to read a square deck, and how to care for your deck when not in use. So, kaiyoclubhouse. And as we can see on the inside, first off, you have the booklet, which we'll take a look at later. And we have, is there something at the back? Oh, just the logo of her now closed store. But I think she might still use it on her social media. And then we have the cards, which is, again, this lovely square deck. Still, well, you know what? Without the box, we're gonna say maybe 2/3 of a regular card. And is it just as large? I would say so, yes. It is just as large, maybe a smidgen larger, but no, we're gonna call it even Steven. And we have these lovely shooting stars with Kaio on the side, which make it so no matter which way this card happens to end up in, you will not be able to know. So I think that's what they meant in that little section about reading depending on the orientation of the card. Let me take off the little plastic ring there. Here we have the sides, the edges. I'm gonna say it's like a dusty gold, and it seems to have a little bit of like very fine sparkling effect to it. If the camera can kind of pick it up. In terms of this cardstock, like she mentioned, she said heavy cardstock, but it is still, for how short it is, it's nicely flexible. It doesn't feel too stiff. It kind of feels like it has a core in it too. Now let's look at the front of this deck. It's going to be small. I'm going to really have to zoom in with my camera. But here it is a matte finish, smooth finish as well. And on the sides we have north, east, south, and west with little earth, air, fire, and water going on. And nice foil border, not too shiny, with the title here. And we have the nice art going on. Again, this was not, I did not plan on this. I usually have like a, whatever I put on my dresser, whatever, the little mat or fabric I put on, I kind of keep it there for a couple months at a time, because a couple months at a time, we'll say, or I change it like with the season or the feelings. And I did not plan to unbox this yet, but anyways, let's stop talking about how serendipitous this match is, or nice this match is. I'm going to zoom in and we will start the unboxing of this, again, cute little deck. I feel it's even smaller than the mini tarot decks I have. I might have to even go a little bit farther in. I just want to be sure that you guys can see the art and the details. All right, so let us start, guys, with the Fool. The Magician. And some I recognize right away, like here, from which movie they come from. And then others, I'm half of, well, actually this one I think I know, for the Empress. For the Fool, I was a little bit confused. I wasn't too sure. The Emperor. Oh, look at that. This, well, I'm super zoomed in, but this is pretty cool. Here, I'll put it this way so you guys can see. It's like they're reaching for each other. That's so sweet. All right, let's go to the Hierophant. The Lovers. Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. It's very soft. Very cotton candy. Judgment. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hangman. Death. Temperance. The devil with an artfully placed feather. The tower. The star. The moon. The sun. The world. And here we're starting on our minors with the Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. So it's pretty pippish in terms of minors. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Those are some hard candies. The Completo. Seven. 8. Those are pretty lanterns. They're so cute. Then we got 9. 10. Oh, they're so adorable. I love these little guys. Anywhere with a page. Not sure, let me see. Oh, they're doing a piggyback. I wasn't too sure what was going on with that leg there. The Knight. The Queen of Wands. No cats, but we have blackbirds, maybe crows. And King of Wands. On to the next suit, which is Cups. With the chicken-legged floating castle. Two of Cups. See, at first look, I thought there were 3 lanterns, and I was thinking to myself, that's not a 2 of Cups. There's 3. However, I then saw that string that's going through these 2 here. So, yeah, it's 2 lanterns. 3 of Cups. So it seems that what these little guys were on the 5 of Wands, and now we have 3 of them here. Now we have the 4 of Cups. Five of Cups. 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups. More Completo. 8. It makes you think. Lately we have been on, I've been on a little bit of an onigiri kick. And when I'm together with like family or friends, sometimes, especially with family, sometimes they're like, can we have some onigiri? Can we have some rice balls? I don't know how they suddenly got into like a kick of those, but I'm not complaining. They're tasty. And 9 of Cups. And here they are again, but for the 10 of Cups. Now the page. Okay, that is a good color for a Starry Night. I will just say that. Now we have the Knight. The Queen. Hold on. They're not stuck, it's just that I take 2 by accident. And the King of Cups. Onto the swords. Use the ace. Interestingly, it's pointing down as opposed to pointing up, like in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. You have the Two of Swords. The Three of Swords. You were... Which suit were you at before? I want to say maybe Cups. Then the Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. You were in Cups, that I remember. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Wait, 7, 8. Did I say Seven of Swords again? This is Eight of Swords. I apologize if I mix my numbers up. Then we have the Nine of Swords. And 10 of Swords. I'm kind of half wondering if the image used for the pips are... they have some meanings, or it's just because it's pips where it's like you know, we'll just use something related to the overarching theme of Ghibli, but not necessarily like 10 of Swords we have 10 buttons, you know. I don't know if you guys know what I'm meaning by that. And here we have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King. Now we should be on our last suit, which is Pentacles. I think that was his stamp, wasn't it? Two of Pentacles. Three. Four. Five of Pentacles. So as we can see in the minors, some of the, like, if I haven't said that before, the pip symbols are repeating across a couple suits. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles, which I think was the ace. No, it wasn't the ace. It was another one. It was somewhere else. We have the Page. Somehow he's looking way more like friendly and warm than in the movie, because in the movie he kind of did not look like that. Well, for sure he didn't look like that. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh. The Queen. And the King. And here we go. On that note, we have completed our nice little unboxing for the Whimsy Tarot. It's quite interesting. I don't know how I feel about repeating pip symbols or objects. Well, I mean, if it's a pip deck, you know, the image will they will all look alike. So that's not necessarily the part that's giving me pause. I think it's more that what's repeating is not in the same suit. So I'll find one in Wands and I'll find it in Cups, and what's in Cups I'll find in Swords, and Swords will be in Pentacles. So that's the thing that kind of gives me pause. But I will not bring or pass judgment yet, until I get to use it, and then we'll see. As you just saw, I tried to riffle shuffle. I don't think I have the technique down for it yet because it did not work very well. So if I overhand shuffle, there's a little bit of clumping. Most likely because it is a new deck. It hasn't aired out yet. There's no air bubbles or a little air cushion to help it. There is a little bit of a bow that I noticed as I was getting rid of the ring and going through the cards. That might be because of the paper itself. Okay. All right, this one's a little bit better. This one we did a little bit better. Okay. But it's a slight bow. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me too much. Okay, here. You want to fall? What are you? Okay, you're a minor. And as always, we are going to look for a major so we can see what is the write-up on the booklet. Okay, them being square cards, I can definitely see if I'm shuffling, there are a good chance of those cards rotating themselves as I'm handling them. Oh, what are you? Oh, there, see, like this. But they're both minors. We are looking for majors. Yeah, we just have to shuffle. Okay, what are you? Nope, not a major. Like for now, I'd like to keep them all the same, in the same orientation, because I don't do reverse most of the time unless it falls out my hands that way. But I won't make the effort of physically rotating my halves so that they're in all sorts of directions. But this one, seeing as it's like pretty much a perfect square, I might not have much of a choice, but that's okay. We will live. Okay, hold on. You fell, and you're not it. And then you kind of wanted to fall. Dang, you're still not it. Okay. We're just gonna flippity flip until, there you go, temperance. So we will check the guidebook for these two cards. Here is the guidebook. Square shape, simply stapled. Got a few pages. Let's see what's in there. We have a little introduction where it tells us that we'll find a basic understanding of the major and minor arcana, both upright, reversed, when you're pulling your spread, as well as a more fulsome explanation of the majors. Then it tells us what the majors represent, and as well as the minor. If you're new to tarot, you may also find this section in the back of the book explaining how to pull your first spread for beginners, useful in your first few practices. This area also details how to take care of your deck, the questions needed when pulling your spreads, and how to read square cards like these ones. And then enjoy your readings, and remember to keep things fun and light. Followed by, and then it goes straight away to the meanings. We have... okay, so I have my glasses right now, and I'm looking. If I look directly at my camera, sure, I can read them. But if I step away and I read it at the distance that I'm like from my face to my hands, I can read it. I will say the font is rather small, but at least it's white on whatever color background, so the contrast is there. So we're not necessarily gonna lose it, but I will say the font is on the small side. It looks like a 6 or a 4. Okay, maybe not a 4, maybe a 6, because that's not an 8. That can't be an 8. That looks like a 6 point. Okay, and I'm just going through it real quick. Oh, and then it's even shorter for the minors. Once you get to the minors, I just noticed that. So here you'd have like maybe like a couple paragraphs, and then by the time you get to the minors, it's just upright and reversed. That's it, that's all. Let's see at the back, like she mentioned. Okay, just making sure. Okay, so the how to. So how to pull your first, So just a little tips like create a mood that's right for you. Once you get the energy, you meditate on the question, shuffle the deck to reset the cards. Then you can try 3 card spread, past, present, future, always popular. And then let's see here, take the topmost here for their suggestion is taking the topmost card from the face down shuffle deck. And then you'll need to use the card reference key provided with the deck. Let me see, is there a question about the orientation of, there you go. So how to read a square tarot. Reading your deck in this way is not necessary, though if you do wish to dive a little deeper, here are some tips. You must always choose whether the card are facing you or another direction, You must always choose whether the card are facing you or in another direction towards a partner. The top of the cards will be obvious from the imagery on the face of the card, so use this top as a directional arrow. Give your cards a directional theme before reading your spreads. For example, will it be a lunar spread, an elemental spread, or a directional spread? Okay, yes. Sorry, I was half confused. If the card position is positioned upright, it represents the dark moon, north, a new beginning, the element of earth, and its corresponding zodiac signs. Inward or inbound energy or force at play. Energy is active. Invest more of your attention in this card compared to the non-upright cards in the spread. If the card is positioned to the right hand side, it represents the waxing moon, an opening of potential, east, and the element of air and its corresponding zodiac signs. Don't look back. Leave behind what hasn't been serving you. If the card is facing upside down or reverse, it represents the full moon, the realization of power, south, and the element of fire and its corresponding zodiac signs. External, externalized, or outbound energy or force at play. Untapped energy or energy is passive, latent. If the top of the card is facing the left-hand side, it represents the waning moon, reflection and integration, west, and the element of water and its corresponding zodiac sign. Take with you into the future something from the past or pre-existing. And now seeing this, I get why we had these little north and whatever else. So depending how it rotates, if you want to add this element to your reads, it can tell you, okay, here you don't see it as well, but you have the little moons, signs, and what it is. Pretty neat. All right, let's just go straight to the reads. We're going to go with the Pentacles. All right. Oh, okay. Here it starts by the King and goes down. And then I actually have to go so close. So you have a little blurb about Pentacles. And here in this case, we have the King of Pentacles. I'll show you right here. And this is what it says. Upright. Hold on. I feel like my camera has a hard time properly zooming in. So upright for the King of Pentacles. Valor, realizing intelligence. Yeah, realizing intelligence, business and normal intellectual aptitude, sometimes mathematical gifts, and attachment of this kind. Success in these paths. Reverse, vice, weakness, ugliness, perversity, corruption, peril. Interesting. And I haven't thought of corruption. Well, I can see it now. What? Can I stop knocking this thing over? But I do have to say, I haven't thought of ugliness for the King of Pentacles. And I guess corruption, it's not something that comes to mind. Maybe because I don't do very many work or finance related spreads. That might be why. Okay, let's go over to Temperance. There we go, right here. This is what Temperance looks like. And here we have upright, economy, moderation, frugality, management, accommodation, and patience. Reverse, things connected with churches, religion, sex, etc. Also, unfortunate combinations, disunion, competing interests, imbalance, and excess. Temperance is the true symbol of taking the higher ground and staying true to your purpose and meaning in life. Oh, it kind of, the word got cut off. Okay. She represents bringing balance, patience, and moderation into your world to stabilize your energy. Remain calm when things seem stressful or frantic, and maintain an even temperament to manage your emotions during time of turmoil. Try not to let the little things get to you. I will say things connected with churches for temperance, that I was kind of like, what now? I would have put Hierophant for that, but let me sit with that little thing and see how I feel about it. But that's an interesting take. It is interesting because I would not have put those two together, personally speaking. With that said, I will say after reading these two little bird, I will say reading a while in that little booklet, even with my glasses, I kind of was a little bit tired. I guess because of the fonts. It's good that at least the background is contrasted enough so that the words come like stick out, but I don't think I would want to read it necessarily without my glasses, or in the evening. I might be like, okay, never mind. Or I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture of the booklet with my phone so I can read it like bigger. So I will say that aware for those with weaker eyes, or they kind of don't like small fonts in booklets. And I guess it's kind of necessary when the thing is like the deck is small, the box is small. You couldn't really go too big. I do get it, but at the same time, there is that. In conclusion, what do I think of the Whimsy Tarot? It is indeed whimsical. It's very cute. Like I mentioned, it feels soft, pillowy, like cotton candy. I don't know. I can almost like taste the sweetness, probably because of the few cards that had Campeto, that hard sugar candy on there. There, speaking of Campeto. But otherwise, I do like the size. Even though it's a square, I like the size because it's easily transportable. And you can do larger spreads, on a smaller surface because it's reduced. I will say for those that are not fans of Pipish deck, that is what it is. It's a pip deck, and the art is it's not a scenic background or illustration. The sun is setting, so now it's kind of throwing off my camera. So I will say that. So keep that in mind. But and I was saying earlier that I was kind of hoping to kind of get the gist of the characters, why they're there, but the booklet is small. After when I was going through the booklet, I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. It couldn't have packed all that information in that small booklet. So, you know, you get what you get. You get the information, even the booklet. The information is very short, sparse, to the point. I will say again, the small font might be annoying for some, especially glasses wearer, or those that, maybe, yeah, glasses wearer, weaker eyes, whatever that might be related to visions, that make it a little bit more difficult to read. But I do like, it's small. If you need any extra information, it will be either your handy dandy reference book or online. For that, it does follow Rider-Waite-Smith, so at least you'll have, hundreds, thousands of sources and places to go to get extra information. In terms of if it would be for beginners, I'm split, because yes, it's Rider-Waite-Smith, so it's easier to find information about it. However, it's not like it's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone where if you grab a book or you go on a website that shows a picture of the traditional RWS, whichever card, for example, the tower. how did I not notice that about the tower? Anyways, if you see a traditional card Rider-Waite-Smith of the tower, it will not look like this. And even then, I find little guy here a little bit too happy, considering it's a tower card. I got a little bit of question. Are you the instigator? Or what's going on? Are you the crapster? So it's something like that. Or even here, the moon. I don't remember where this animal, like which movie this animal is from as of now. So I'm not able to right away tell if it has like any of its characteristic has to do with the moon. So I am not able quite to say whether the people used the little dudes, or the characters, whether it's a court card or whether they're in the majors, whether their personality, character, or actions that they did, there's a tie with the card that they're assigned to. Also, I mentioned a bit before, like here, you have Seven of Wands, you have nice little creatures, and then you have them again at the Ten of Cups. I don't know if, let's see here, if I have another example I can find real quick. We had, like this little guy that was on the Three of Cups. He was in the Five of Wands. Could it confuse somebody? Like, okay, somebody. Could it confuse me while I'm pulling cards if I see hats and from one suit and I'm thinking it's one thing, and then it turns out to be something else? I would say that could be if I don't pay attention real quick to the title. So that's the one that that's the other thing that kind of gives me pause. Because especially if it turned out that the minor arcana were going to be just pips, I think it would have been better to have one pip representant. Yeah, we'll call it that. One pip represented that used for a single suit. So for example, let's say we want to use our little guys here, let's say we want to use it for cup, so use these little guys for the whole suit of cups, as opposed to separating them or spreading them across a couple suits. Because if you're looking real quick, you might be thinking, oh yeah, it's this one thing, come to find out it's something else. Or even here we have see, I knew it was something. So here we have the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Swords. Why not have them all on the pentacles or have them all in the swords? I wouldn't be mad at that. So that would be that gives me pause. I do like the concept of the cards for each direction that they're at. If you want to add it to your reading, it brings extra meaning. So, if the card is, we're going to say facing east, that's what it means. Or you want to follow more in terms of moon phases. I think that's pretty cool. The card stock, it's nice. I like the finish. And I find it sturdy. It's not flimsy, even though it's short. And it's not thick also, because sometimes that's something I think about. Sometimes if the card is short, is it going to make it stiffer to handle because there's less surface to handle when you're shuffling? I'm hoping I'm sounding super expert right now because I'm trying to find how to explain it, but that's essentially that's what I'm trying to get at. I think because there's less surface area, maybe it's gonna make it more difficult, or the card's gonna have less surface to be flexible, so it's gonna be stiffer. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to say. Essentially, does it make sense? I hope so. And I'm sorry for my camera moving around. It's because the sun is setting right now, and so I have one side super sunny and one side more in the shade, and my camera doesn't know what to do, and I feel like it keeps on trying to like adjust to this side here, and I don't want it to. But yeah, let me stop rambling on because I'm kind of talking about other stuff. But otherwise, yes, I do, and I do like I think I'm starting as I'm looking at my deck, and as I'm handling more deck. I think that I'm starting to prefer matte matte edges as opposed to foily plastic ones. I think I'm starting to develop a preference for those. And it's not pottery, like I've been handling it a few times, and there's no golden dust or anything else on my hand. So it's well applied, it's all good. With that being said, let me put an end to my first thoughts, first look of this deck. Let me know what you think of the Whimsy Tarot. Would you use it? I do know many, well, yeah, I do know many people that are not fans of pip decks. So I do know for a lot of you, it'll be like a no straight away, and maybe even more of a no because of the, we'll call it like inconsistencies of the pips that are scattered across a few suits. I would say I'll put the link for where you can get it. However, you cannot get it from the creator directly anymore. They no longer have a store, and they have stopped printing this deck. But if I happen while I look, if I do find a store or a place that sells it, because I think I saw one that had some in stock. How many, I don't know, but they did have some in stock. If I do find one or two, I'll put the link in the description box so that you can get it if you know, it charms you and you just really want a copy of the deck before it's really hard to find. Because I think I just for fun I went looking for their first deck. I forgot what it's called, but it's based on Sailor Moon. I forgot the title of it, and I don't think I was able to find new or used copy for sale. And this is what happens sometimes with independent decks. They get in a collector's vault and they kind of just sit there or get used, whatever it is, until such a time that maybe they'll, you know, they'll be offered for an exchange, or maybe it'll be sold. So keep your eye out. I'll also include in the description the social media, because while they're not doing tarot decks, and I think they stopped doing pins because they used to do pins and they were pretty cute. Actually, you know what? Let me show you the pins that they did. Okay, I found them. So here are some. I got like 4 or 5 pins. They're still in the little baggies because I don't know where I want to put them, but they are very cute. This one, you know, very some very evident, and they had also like different pins. These are the one because it just kind of tickled my inner child. This is one of another cool one. There was another version with like a black magic we'll say energy ball, and then this one. There were other ones that were, I will say they were more saucy, saucy, or like, you know, some bondage or whatever else. But these are the ones that I really wanted to get. In any case, thank you so much, guys, for, oh my gosh, my little cloth thingy is like trying to fall off. Let me know what you think of the Whimsy Tarot. I kind of have to put myself in the diagonal because my camera is really going crazy now. So yes, let me know what you think of the tarot. And would you go hunting for this deck? That's the question I'm gonna ask, because it's not readily or easily available, or it's less easy to get. We'll say that, to be fair. Let me know, as always, what you think of this video, the deck, and also because I couldn't figure out what to pair it with. If you have a tarot or an oracle that you think would be a good match for this, do let me know, because I was looking at my cards and I couldn't figure out the only match. Possibly it was with another tarot. It was with the Sweet Foragers tarot, but I don't know, it kind of feels redundant to have 2 tarots. But in any case, let me know what you would pair this with. And until next time, thank you for watching so much. As always, it's super appreciated, and it's always fun to know that me talking to my wall, my phone, and possibly the upstairs or downstairs neighbors. It's not just to them that I'm talking to, but also to you guys, so that they don't think I'm crazy. And when you do take the time to leave a comment, it's super awesome too. And I do my best to respond to all of them as they come. But yeah, until next time. Bye bye, everyone.